is the opening round of round 4 here, the opening match of round 4, the Telstra Premiership for 2002, bringing together the Canterbury Bulldogs up against the reborn South Sydney. Let's look at the cards.
And a very interesting positional change for South Sydney tonight. McKinnon at fullback, McLean and Groves the wingers, Richardson and King the centre pairing. Luke Stewart, normally a back rower, will start at 5'8" alongside Blaine Stanley. Rigon locks the scrum. Hart into the second row alongside Muir, who captains the team. Geddes, Deeth and Stringer the front row. Going back to the bench, Owen Craigie alongside Peake, McNicholas, Fitzgerald. They are coached by Craig Coleman.
And 2 late changes for the Bulldogs. Winger Gavin Lester out with a knee injury and captain Stephen Price out with a wrist injury. Luke Patton's the fullback, Al Masri and Utai on the wings. Vagana and Harris in the centres. Braithen Astor the 5'8". Brent Sherwin the halfback. Norton Smith is the new captain tonight. Darren Smith, Steve Reedon in the back row. O'Mealy, Willie Mason into the prop forward spot. Corey Hughes hooker. Feeney, Glenn Hughes, Rahihi and Dennis Scott the interchange. Coached by Stephen Folkes.
The Dogs will run left to right. This is the man of the moment. Braithen Astor. He starts against South Sydney, a club that he really should be playing for. Had they not been extinguished back in 1999. South Sydney then, almost to the 20-metre line. And that was Andrew Hart who had the second play the ball. Adam Muir takes number 3. They go for an early kick on 4. Stanley is able to dodge around Travis Norton. And then Luke Patton beautifully positioned. One of the stars of last Sunday is ridden to the ground by Adam Muir. Paul Stringer comes up against Mark O'Mealy in this game as well. Both from the Eagles. And here's Big Willie. 1918, the Dogs beat the Rabbits in round 14 of 1999 at Stadium Australia. Reardon took a high shot. Touch judge said nothing. It looked maybe that it came off the shoulder and went up. 40-metre line for the Bulldogs. There's a Nasta. Gets a kick across the ground, and this very competent fullback who has scored the first 2 tries for South Sydney in their most recent wins, McKinnon. Gross now. The Yater Stringer. Correction, Geddes.
And one of the other front rowers, I see Willie Mason as Stringer goes forward. He's gone from the afro haircut to the cornrows.
Stanley now. Patton again, covering ground across his 10-metre line. And that's an angle that he provided for El Masri, who's 2 points away from scoring 500. Milestone coming up tonight, you would think, for Hazem El Masri, and the penalty goes to Canterbury.
And a crucial tackle made there by Shane Rigon. El Masri nearly straight through. Only McKinnon to be beaten. The lock forward came up with a great tackle. O'Mealy takes it 32 out.
Interesting statistic in this game. Tim Nanda, under his refereeing, the Dogs have only lost 4 of 19 games. Here they are, 30 metres out, working from the centre of the ground. Norton goes back and finds Patton. Coming away from the eastern side. Spinning across now. Here's Darren Smith, who leads them tonight for the first time. Finding El Masri. He channels back. 12 metres out from the line. Vagana, here's a call on the blind. He goes to the open. Sherwin's kick is deflected. It's a try. Vagana has claimed the 4 points.
Yeah, they had bodies in motion, both left and right there, the Bulldogs, and that's the reason the try was scored. They weren't dead. Vagana trailing back on the inside, picked up the loose one, and all the fans down that end of the field, the Bulldog hill, so to speak, tonight, went up as one. O'Mealy's there, so is Vagana. A couple of forwards there, too much speed, Vagana.
El Masri, he really had it singing last Sunday. 6 from 6. And this will bring up 500 for Hazem El Masri. First grade points. Stepped into the boots of Daryl Halligan, has proven an unqualified success. And there it is. 500 points for Hazem El Masri. The Dogs early lead the Rabbits 6-0. McKinnon from Parramatta to South, from Parramatta's first division. That is Stewart playing in the 11, playing at 5/8. It's just a matter of how long before they bring Craigie into the game. Death offloading, and that is Rigon. We're just a couple of metres into Canterbury's territory as Death again works his way from dummy half, and this time Tim Mander has picked up the markers for not being directly in front of the play the ball. It's something they've been hammering for a fortnight now, the referees. And Scott McLean trying to whittle away 2 points from the total. 6-0 at the moment to the Dogs. They got a try in the 3rd minute of the game. Here's McLean's kick. It's got the height and the direction. It is 6 points to 2 in favour of the Bulldogs. Anasta, a long pass finding Willie Mason out wide. He lined up Rigon, ran straight at him. Rigon and Death making the tackle. They go back left, and then Anasta with a big dummy and a kick. Look at this kid, dazzling form, and then it's all come unstuck. Well, it deserved better. It went to Corey Hughes. The pass didn't stick, but it would have been a spectacular try.
Great start. Is that a left foot chip? Yes, it is. All the skills, Braith and Asta, and the quick hands in. Just tell it up, double pumped it. And it wasn't taken by Corey Hughes.
McLean then.
Been strong tonight, Willie Mason. That was a good tackle. He's hit the ball up 5 or 6 times. He's got good meters for them.
Muir bandaged up and flung to the ground without sympathy.
Not really the end of the field that you want to be looking to offload in a pretty pressured situation. Up in the air, strong tackle from Darren Smith. Getting a good pass away in that situation was always going to be difficult. In fact, it almost just slipped out.
Chance for the Dogs to attack strongly. Vagana and his centre partner, Harris, got a ball away, backed up by Vagana. There's number 2. Vagana's over the line again. Can he find a try?
Well, he's got 2 tonight, but put that one down to his young centre partner, Ben Harris. And put his name down in your little black book as well. 18 years of age, came in for Willie Talau last weekend against the Dragons. Had a blinder, I thought. Just not well read there by Shane Rigon. 2 players going across, opened the hole up. That's very difficult to do. Keep your right arm free and get a pass away and find the man on the chest.
To convert again, a try by Nigel Vagana. On its way, it is absolutely perfect. 12-2, the Dogs. El Masri online again. Been like a robot, Patton. Everywhere they kick, he's had ample time to get there and run it back. This is Utai. Looks a chunky little fellow. He's built close to the ground. I was about to say built for comfort, not for speed, but he looks like he's got plenty of speed as well. Glenn Hughes. 12 from halfway. 10 points in front. 4th tackle's gone. There's the opening for Vagana. Vagana, he will get number 3. Nigel gets a hat-trick.
And he's done it all himself. Brilliant evasion there from the Kiwi international. Just watch the move that he puts on Russell Richardson. Craig Coleman devastated by that on the stroke of half-time.
From McKinnon. Second tackle since then, 30 metres out from the south line. And Russell Richardson flung to the ground close to halfway. Brent Gross almost to the centre now. There's the ball coming
He's just
free.
lost it. Yeah, the referee said play on.
And Feeney it is that dives on it for the Dogs. And they've got a matter of 3 seconds to do something with it. Richardson has got it eventually and kills it. So the ball is out of play. First half is over. 3 brilliant tries by the Dogs. That man should have got a try, I'm sure, Anasta. But the Dogs with 3 converted tries. 18-2 leaders at the break. El Masri perfect off the boot again. Tim Manda officiating over this game with Michael Stone, the video referee, upstairs. And this is Paul Rahihi, who had a try disallowed for Canterbury during that first half. They probably could have scored another try, realistically, the Dogs. South really haven't had a chance down there. They spent a mountain of the time defending and back in their own area.
And just on their defence, Jason Deeth 17 tackles and Luke Stewart 17 as well in the first half. Good efforts. And for the Bulldogs, Mark O'Mealy was only on there for 31 minutes. He made 15 tackles and 10 hit-ups. He was their best forward.
Nasta to that right boot. Back on the 10-metre line, it is Gross on the kick return. 30-metre line, eastern side of the ground. With Russell Richardson. Andrew's got a special guest with him on the sideline. Let's go down there as South bring it away from their 40-metre line.
Yeah, Ryan, with the injured Bulldogs captain Steve Price. Steve, a coach's job is probably to find imperfection in a team's performance, but Steve Folks must have been very impressed with that first 40 minutes.
Yeah, obviously the boys up 18-2, so he's very happy with how everything's gone, but you know, we don't want to slacken off what we did last week in different stages of the second half. One
magical moment in particular in that first half, Ben Harris, the young centre, only his second first-grade game, the pass for Nigel Vagana's first strike.
Yeah, he's only getting better. He's a very talented young kid, and it's just enthusiasm, so, you know, and confidence, obviously, and Nigel's given him that, and he's playing great, so it's good.
And very quickly with the Bulldogs on the attack, Ray, I might just go back to you.
Yes, it's Vagana looking for 4. El Masri will take it, though. El Masri picks up the try, and the cheer squad from outside the field of play was led by Nigel Vagana. There might be a picture. It might be a picture to show it.
Yeah, well, they just took advantage on the short side, didn't they? The overlap. 3 on 2. The winger was back, Brent Grace, and then just nice interplay between Vagana and Hazem El Masri. As I said earlier, they've had a lot of success going down the short side. Dummy half moving out and just opening it up for his outside men.
Yeah, Vagana's got 3 tries. Give him another half for this one. He set it up beautifully, turned them all inside out. They had a mile of room to move. It was well spotted by the dummy half. We saw they had 3 on 2. And it was Brent Gross. He sort of backed off and gave him the room. There wasn't much he could do, actually, as a winger.
The game forward, have a look at that. You pretty much got to blame the inside man again in Russell Richardson for going across and just helping create the space.
22 points scored by only 2 players. El Masri, and it's away this time. So he just puts a little blemish on his record, but he's having a wonderful night. 22-2. High bomb, and Patton couldn't get at it. Chance for the Rabbits. Giddies. 6 more. That's the 0 tackle. Muir loves working in this area. Deeth. Oh, he's lost it. It'll be play on for Patton.
Yeah, Jason Deeth drifted out of dummy half, then looking for a couple of runners. Here's the kick, and Patton never really got near that at all. Deeth sprinted out looking for some runners, and no one there, no one to run inside or outside. and consequently a strong tackle, and the ball goes loose.
Scott, another good offload. Sherwin wrapped up by Muir. Then Smith with a lovely ball. Travis Norton kicks ahead. A mile of speed outside him. Vagana will get try number 4. Fourth try of the night. The last to do it for the Dogs was the little bloke alongside him now, Hazem El Masri, in 1997 versus the Mariners. Versus the who?
Exactly. But a great ball here from Darren Smith to start proceedings. Another quick play the ball out of dummy half. If he frees it there, you can see Travis Norton about to run into a big gap. Lovely offload from that man, Darren Smith, as play continues into the hole. Had a fine game tonight, Travis Norton. Look at the men on the outside. Kicks deliberately for them, just hoping for the right bounce. Vagana, it's no surprise that he got the right bounce. Everything working for him tonight.
Well, the Bulldogs have loaded up this right-hand side they've got all night. And this is a wonderful ball. We saw him throw one a minute ago to Patton. That's an even better one.
Well, this is what they've been doing, getting a good roll on.
And Travis Norton, as soon as he got into open space, he looked outside. There was 1,000 blue and white jumpers out there. And the man who's having a great night, he's got all the speed, gets his forward. That'll be you. 1, 2, 3. That's 4. Good on you, champ.
He dead set might have to take his boots off later.
He can even count. That's a good one too, Pete. I'm now looking through the records, and the only Bulldog to score 5 tries in the match was winger Edgar Newham in Newham it was, Edgar Newham in 1942. 1, 2. He's got 2 strapped together there. What does he count them as, 1 or 2?
1, 2, 4. I think he goes.
The amazing part about it, he can count as well.
Ray Paul himself didn't see much of Edgar. How did he play?
Don't be smart, Peter, please. I mean, that's not very nice. In fact, I was born in 43. El Masri from the sideline, and El Masri has hit the same post in the same place again. We will take a break. The Dogs are on fire. They are barking 26-2.
Stay there.
Nanasta, a very high pass from his halfback. 40-metre line then for the Dogs. 24.5 minutes of the game to go. Feeney. Darren Smith at dummy half. As Corey Hughes is in his rest period. Away they go. The ball zipping along the back line. And it's coming back for Vagana to equal the record. 5 tries in a game set in 1942 against Balmain by Edgar Newham. Vagana has scored 5 tries. You better take your boots off, my boy. Sterling's right. You're going to need them.
That is something, isn't it? I'm glad that I'm here tonight to see this, because it is a superb effort. 5 tries in any game of football at any level. Difficult to achieve. And you can thank Travis Norton for this. A nice second man here to Glenn Hughes. On to Travis Norton. Now, what's in and away? In, around Russell Richardson, then around Blaine Stanley. Created something from nothing. And they're lining back up on the inside again on that right-hand side. Very close to the dead ball line, but he just wants to make it easier for Hazem.
Yeah, once again, down that right-hand side, they've been short down there all night. You've got a halfback defending inside the winger, so someone is missing out there. That is for sure. Here he goes for 5, and you know what? There's 23 minutes to go. We better start checking records all round for the most tries scored in a game. I know Peter Langmack scored 5, Paul Langmack's brother, many, many years ago.
Converted by El Masri, 32-2 after 57. The last player to score 5 tries in our competition was Andrew Eddingshausen in '94, playing for the Sharks. Andrew,
And I tell you what, right now, as the Bulldogs fans go absolutely berserk here, you reckon there wasn't a red and green supporter in the crowd, and that's obviously not true by that shot. There's plenty here tonight, but the Bulldogs supporters are getting behind their team, and they're going to absolutely celebrate.
Very impressive tonight for the Bulldogs. Willie Mason, his work rate has really improved this year. 17 tackles, 14 hit-ups, and Mark O'Mealy has been the best hit-up merchant with 18. He's been very strong since he came back on in the second half as well. Travis Norton been great. They've all played well. The Bulldogs haven't had a dud player, and South have tried so hard tonight. You know, that their completion rate is absolutely deplorable, and that's been the big downfall tonight. Not holding on to the football.
Stringer. That is Stewart. 3 1/4 minutes. And he's penalised. Again, the markers. Sideline Andrew.
I don't think we've seen too many better exhibitions of offloading the football than the Bulldogs have shown tonight. That might be over the last 4 or 5 seasons. I really think that has been one. You could say the inability of the South players to lock up the ball, but I'd prefer to say it's the skill of the Bulldogs players in able to offload.
McKinnon and Craigie combining over there to present Souths with a little window for a try. Now Fitzgerald, but the Dogs tidy him up, 3 of them. Stanley again. Here's King. Andrew King gets the try, and the South Sydney supporters, they've waited 78 minutes to stand and applaud.
Again, it is like the first round against the Roosters, scoring very late. This is Owen Craigie combining with McKinnon, as we saw earlier, and no defender impeded, so that was play on. And Craigie, ankle tap there. And then, not much on here, it's just the quality of the pass and the run. Straight run from Andrew King. And it just took the defence by surprise.
For Scott McLean to convert the try scored by Andrew King. First try of the night for South. Up against 6 tries for the Canterbury Bulldogs in a scintillating performance. Here is McLean, and he's just missed it. Andrew.
Ray, I think I can complete the racing analogy that I had at the top of the coverage tonight now. I think the Rabbitohs, they're headed back to the provincials next week against the Cowboys. And the Bulldogs, well, they're going to continue their autumn carnival down in Melbourne when they take on the Storm. And Tugger's had enough.
Craig Coleman and coaching staff heading for the sheds to share the misery of this one. Ray Finasta taking as much time as he can. Siren in the background. Paul Stringer brings it back, puts on a little spurt, and he comes to the defensive line. And that is the end of the ball game. Nigel Vagana scored 5 brilliant tries. Copybook performance. Great to be here to see him equal the club record for the most number of tries in a game, that being 5. We haven't seen 5 tries scored in the premiership by a player since 1994, when the great E.T. did it, playing for the Sharks. 32-6, the Dogs over the Rabbitohs in front of a crowd of 22,850.